On what began as an ordinary tropical evening in Puerto Rico, with the warm breeze gently carrying the distant rhythms of street musicians and laughter through the colorful, graffiti-splashed alleys of San Juan, Benito, known worldwide as Bad Bunny, found himself caught in a surreal moment that defied all logic and expectation. A sudden, inexplicable distortion in the air pulsed through the city like a heartbeat from another dimension, the sky flickering with unnatural hues as shimmering portals tore open above the skyline, casting eerie shadows over the neon-lit streets where partygoers and passers-by alike froze in stunned silence or scattered in chaotic flight, while Benito's mind raced with a kaleidoscope of disbelief, awe, and raw adrenaline, his bold and fearless nature propelling him toward confrontation even as his heart pounded with the stark realization that the vibrant music and culture he had built his life on were now the front line against an unimaginable alien force. His physical senses sharpened yet betrayed him, skin prickling with static electricity, muscles tensing for action yet trembling with the weight of the unknown, a swirl of conflicting emotions raging within, skepticism wrestling with the undeniable evidence before his eyes, adventurous resolve battling the instinctive fear of annihilation, and a fierce protective instinct for his people igniting like wildfire in his chest. The urban landscape around him morphed into a surreal battleground where streetlights flickered erratically, car alarms wailed a discordant soundtrack, and the distant hum of subwoofers seemed to synchronize mysteriously with the rippling fabric of reality itself, while key figures emerged alongside him, El Tercer Ojo, his trusted sound engineer and confidant, whose analytical mind and calm demeanor provided a stark contrast to Benito's passionate boldness, and Isabel, a brilliant but enigmatic local DJ with an uncanny knowledge of ancient sonic legends, whose relationship with Benito oscillated between camaraderie and tension as they grappled with the rapidly escalating crisis. Amid the swirling chaos, their shared determination to uncover the nature of this interdimensional invasion and harness the very frequencies that define their culture forged a fragile but unbreakable alliance, setting the stage for a journey where every beat could mean survival or destruction, and every decision would echo far beyond the island's shores, though the full extent of the enemy's motives and the secrets buried within the music's power remained shrouded in mystery, promising that this was only the beginning of a saga that would test their courage, ingenuity, and spirit to the absolute limit. In the quiet sanctuary of her dimly lit studio, where pale green walls softly echoed the melancholic melodies she had woven into the fabric of countless lives, Billie Eilish sat tangled in a swirl of midnight black and luminous green strands, utterly unaware that the very colors perched atop her head were about to shatter the boundaries of reality itself. The afternoon sunlight filtering through the blinds seemed suddenly to ripple like liquid glass as an ancient manuscript, delivered by an unmarked courier earlier that day, slid open before her with an eerie whisper, revealing cryptic symbols and lore that spoke of a dormant, centuries-old spell bound to hair dyed in shades of otherworldly green, a spell capable of bending the fragile realm of dreams to the wielder's will, a power that was hers whether she embraced it or not. Shock surged through her veins like electric ice, her breath hitching as her emerald locks felt heavier with unseen weight, her mind spinning wildly between disbelief and an overwhelming curiosity that clawed at the edges of her normally guarded, introspective nature, igniting a restless spark of boldness amidst the skepticism that whispered caution in every heartbeat, while flashes of anxiety flickered behind her usually calm, sea-glass eyes. As the lines between artist, myth, and destiny blurred indistinctly around her, outside, the world seemed oddly suspended, city noises muffled, shadows stretching in unnatural angles, and the air thick with a palpable tension as if reality itself was holding its breath in anticipation, and by her side, Phineas, her steadfast brother and creative partner, offered steadying presence and unflinching support, his protective instincts sharpening in tandem with his awe, while a mysterious figure, known only as the Dreamweaver, emerged from the shadows with cryptic warnings and elusive promises, their enigmatic connection to Billie deepening the enigma but fueling a shared urgency to unravel the spell's true purpose before forces darker than nightmares could seize control, as Billie's fingers trembled, caressing the strands that now seemed alive with ancient magic. A kaleidoscope of emotions swirled within: fear of the unknown, the intoxicating allure of untapped power, and a fierce determination to master this strange inheritance on her own terms, knowing full well that this revelation was only the first ripple in a vast ocean of mysteries that would challenge everything she believed about herself and the dreams of the millions who looked to her voice as both refuge and revolution, setting the stage for a journey that would blend melody and myth in ways the world had never imagined. As the initial whirlwind of disbelief and awe began to settle into a charged silence, Billy and Phineas found themselves standing at a crossroads where denial was no longer an option and the weight of ancient magic pressed upon them like a secret waiting to unravel with each heartbeat, their once familiar world now tinged with surreal hues of uncertainty and possibility. With cautious determination, Billy decided to dive headfirst into the enigma, refusing to be a passive pawn to fate, while Phineas, ever the grounded strategist, meticulously gathered every scrap of lore, obscure manuscripts, and whispered legends they could find, turning their cozy home studio into a sanctum of research illuminated by flickering candles and scattered notes, their nights stretched thin by questions without answers and a growing sense of urgency as strange occurrences began to ripple through Billy's dreams and waking hours. Visions that blurred the line between her mind and the cosmic dreamscape, mysterious figures lurking in shadows, and a creeping darkness that seemed to feed off her uncertainty. Emotionally, Billy grappled with an intense internal conflict, her characteristic introspection now challenged by an expanding, almost overwhelming sense of responsibility and fear that her newfound power could either liberate or destroy not just herself but countless dreamers connected to her music, while Phineas wrestled with his protective instincts, questioning how far to push the truth and whether to shield Billy from the darker facets of the spell's legacy. Amidst their search, a new ally emerged, a reclusive dream scholar named Dr. Elena Voss, whose cryptic warnings about the ancient order known as the Somnium Custodes hinted at enemies lurking beyond the veil of sleep, eager to reclaim control over the dream world's vast energies. And with her arrival, the stakes escalated as Billy's peaceful sanctuary gave way to a battleground of trust and suspicion, knowledge and power. The emotional toll intensifying as the siblings faced not only external threats but the haunting possibility that the spell's origin intertwined with Billy's own ancestry, forcing her to confront buried family secrets and the blurry line between identity and destiny. With every revelation, the labyrinth of dreams grew more intricate, filled with perilous trials that tested their courage and resolve, leaving them to navigate a shadowy dance of light and dark, hope and despair, where each step forward summoned new riddles and the echo of ancient voices warned that mastery of the spell was not merely a gift but a perilous pact, one that could unravel the very fabric of reality if mishandled. And as Billy's emerald hair seemed to pulse with untold power, the quiet before the storm thickened, setting the stage for a journey where the price of awakening might be losing everything she ever thought she knew about herself and the world woven between waking and dreaming. As the shadows lengthened and the veil between the waking world and the realm of dreams thinned to a fragile whisper, Billy and Phineas found themselves standing on the razor's edge of destiny, the culmination of every discovery, every whispered secret, every sleepless night forging an unbreakable resolve as they prepared to face the Somnium Custodes, the ancient, enigmatic order revealed to be the true architects of the spell intertwined with Billy's hair, their leader, the ominous and ethereal figure known only as Morphexus, whose power to manipulate nightmares and shatter minds seemed almost invincible yet was bound by a fatal flaw rooted in his reliance on fear itself to fuel his dominion over dreams. With this knowledge in hand, Billy's green strands shimmered with newfound purpose, the magic within her a beacon of hope and strength. As she and Phineas meticulously gathered arcane relics from Dr. Elena Voss's hidden vault, crystals attuned to dream frequencies, sacred chants to disrupt dark enchantments, and talismans forged from memories of light, each artifact a fragile lifeline against the encroaching darkness. While emotionally they wrestled with the gravity of what lay ahead, Billy embracing a fierce courage born of self-acceptance and determination to protect not only her own dreams but the countless souls intertwined with her music, and Phineas steeling his heart to stand unwavering as her protector and partner in this surreal battle. in the quiet. Before the storm, the trio forged a plan as intricate as a symphony, combining Billy's raw, intuitive command of the spell's melody with Elena's scholarly insight into the custode's weaknesses, targeting Morphexus's dependency on the collective fear of humanity, aiming to turn that tide by channeling regimens of hope and vivid dreams through Billy's voice, which had the power to pierce the nightmare veil and unravel the antagonist's control from within, a strategy demanding not just physical endurance but immense emotional resilience and an unshakable belief in the light hidden beneath the shadows. As the first hints of dawn crept through the curtains, Billy allowed herself a rare moment of stillness, feeling the pulse of ancient magic thrumming through her hair and soul, knowing the choices she would make now would ripple forever across the dreamscape and waking world alike. That failure meant not just personal loss but the collapse of the fragile sanctuary of dreams for all humankind, and with every breath, the weight of destiny settled heavy on her shoulders, but bolstered by the unwavering support of Phineas and Elena, and the quiet roar of her own defiant spirit, she stepped forward into the unknown, ready to face Morphexus in a final confrontation where music, magic, and willpower would collide in a crescendo that could either shatter the darkness or consume everything they held dear. The air crackled with an otherworldly tension as Billy, Phineas, and Elena stepped into the heart of the dreamscape's fractured core, where Morphexus awaited with a presence both mesmerizing and terrifying, his voice a chilling echo weaving through the swirling mists of nightmares that threatened to engulf their very souls. The battle was no mere clash of physical might but a harrowing duel of wills, melodies, and memories, with Billy's voice weaving through the chaos like a lifeline, each note a spark of hope, a pulse of light that battled against the suffocating shadows Morphexus conjured from fear itself, their confrontation stretching beyond the waking world into the deepest recesses of the collective unconscious where the stakes were nothing less than the freedom of human dreams and the preservation of identity against dissolution into eternal darkness. The psychological toll bore down fiercely, Billy feeling the weight of every dreamer's hope mingling with the creeping exhaustion and piercing doubt that threatened to unravel her resolve, Phineas standing steadfast but equally strained, battling his own fear of losing the sister he had always protected, and Elena's scholarly confidence tempered by the brutal realization that ancient knowledge alone was not enough. This was a test of heart and soul. At the climax, when Morphexus unleashed his most devastating nightmare, a tempest of doubt and despair designed to break Billy's spirit, the defining moment came as she summoned the essence of her own journey, embracing the very roots of her spellbinding power woven in her hair's emerald glow, transforming fear into fierce defiance, her voice rising in a transcendent crescendo that shattered the nightmare veil and fractured Morphexus's hold on the dream realm, forcing him into retreat but not without a grievous cost. Billy's connection to the spell was forever altered, leaving her marked by the dream magic in ways that blurred the lines between reality and fantasy, her emotions now a vivid tapestry of light and shadow that would never again be the same. The aftermath was a world forever changed, as the spell's control over dreams was broken, releasing humanity from a subtle but profound bondage, and Billy emerged not only as a guardian of the dreamscape but as a symbol of courage and transformation, her music now imbued with a deeper magic that inspired hope and resilience in listeners worldwide. Phineas and Elena remained by her side, their bonds strengthened through trial and triumph, while the mysteries of the dream realm lingered like an unfinished song, hinting at adventures yet to come. As the final notes of their journey echoed into the waking world, Billy stood with a quiet strength, aware that the price of victory was a new chapter of challenges and wonders, a testament to the power of embracing one's true self against impossible odds. And as you've traveled this incredible story with us, remember to subscribe for more epic tales and magical journeys ahead, because sometimes the greatest adventures are the ones woven between dreams and reality.